What's going on, guys? My name's Simon. Welcome back to another episode of the F1 2018 Career Mode. It's been a while, hasn't it? We're here today for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's looking like it's going to be a dry race, as it usually is in Spain. Practice was a bit wet, so I didn't get all the practice programs done, but we still got most of them done to a good extent. Unfortunately, we had an R&D upgrade fail on us. That was the turning vanes, I believe it was. But that's nothing to worry about. We can't research it just yet. We don't have the resource points. So without any further procrastination, let's get straight into qualifying.
Here we are at the circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for the start of today's qualifying session. It won't be long now until we're ready to join the action down at trackside.
So here we are in qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix. We cross the line to start our first lap. It's going to be quite a challenging Grand Prix, I think. We haven't quite got the downforce at the back that I would have wanted through this corner here, turn 2. If you get on that curve, you can see we've got a little bit of oversteer, and that's unideal. And turn 3, we want to take that flat ideally, but unfortunately we can't. Turn 9 as well. That is usually flat in high downforce cars, but we don't quite have the package for it. Turn 7 also was giving me a lot of grief all the weekend, constantly spinning out there, absolutely impossible. That corner as well, it's over a crest, so you lose a lot of your well, not, you don't lose your downforce, but your centre of gravity gets higher in the car, so you're more likely to spin out. Anyways, coming through the final corner now, up to the DRS activation point, we come across the line to set a 1:23.6, I think that is. And that's going to put us P10 provisionally. Of course, we are going to fall down the standings as and when the fast runners set their lap times, like the 2 Ferraris. Got Daniel Ricciardo, Stoffel Van Dorn, Kimi Räikkönen, Max Verstappen, Kevin Magnussen. Basically, everyone who's behind us is going to be in front of us, bar Ericsson and Sorokin. So we are going to go out for another lap. You can see already it's visibly darker in the clouds. But we're going to try and improve on this lap nonetheless. Try and bring ourselves back up those standings. Maybe get it into the top 10. Of course, we don't have first, second and third qualifying because it's short qualifying. I don't really have time for any of that stuff. But we're up by about 6/10 so far, which is always very good. And now coming through the final sector, we are up by just over a second, which is very, very good indeed. Now as we come through the final chicane here, which is quite awkward, but we managed to take it with some degree of skill. We sink back under a second. Now we're just over a second, and we improve by just over a second, 1.0. So a second flat, and that puts us in P13 there for tomorrow, as Crofty is constantly talking over me, it seems.
But we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Thanks for that, Crofty. We did go up to P11 there when we crossed the line, but we did get bumped down to P13, which isn't too bad by any means. We are winning both the rivalries and the resource points. Well, hopefully we're going to pick up a good few due to that rather interesting, well, not, I don't know why I called it interesting, but very good qualifying performance.
Good afternoon from a very familiar setting. It's race day here in Spain, and with everything still to play for in the championship battle, there's no room for mistakes in a Grand Prix that's well known for creating them. The circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya then, a high-speed 2.89-mile circuit which demands an efficient downforce package and bravery on the part of the driver, especially through the blind right of turn 9, which we might just see taken flat this weekend. Anthony Davidson is here with me today. Together we'll be taking you through all the action of this Spanish Grand Prix. It can be hard for the cars to follow each other closely here due to the dirty air coming off the car in front. So perhaps we're looking at a more strategic Grand Prix, Ant. What do you think on that?
I'm not too sure about that, Crofty. I mean, yes, as you say, it's hard to follow around here, but if you're brave on the brakes, you can get the job done down into turn 1. which is a medium-speed corner, so you have to be committed. And looking down at this grid today, I think we're going to see one or two drivers making a move from a long way back, maybe try to force their opponent into a mistake. I don't think this is a race that's going to be purely decided in the pit stops.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Lewis Hamilton and Vettel, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Alonso and Sergio Perez. Van Dorn, Gasly, the scientist and Grosjean, Ocon, Magnussen, Brendan Hartley and Charles Leclerc. Sirotkin and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
You managed to qualify better than we expected yesterday, so let's do the same again today.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. So here we are on the grid. We're going to be going with the one-stop strategy onto the softs on lap 6. Now, as we rev up to 3, 4 and 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and we are racing in Catalunya. It's a good start from Gasly, fairly mediocre start from us. We haven't really gained or lost anything too much. Going to be right on the back of Van Dorn coming into the first corner. We locked both of the front tyres there. Not quite sure why I'm saying Bose. Please do sponsor me, Bose. That would be very, very much appreciated. As we come through turn 3 now, we get quite a bit of understeer there. And now we've got Gasly tucked in behind Van Dorn. We're going to try and go up his inside here. But, that's close. Oh, that's very close to Van Dorn there. Nearly hit his side pod. And now we've got the other McLaren of Fernando Alonso, the home hero, right in front of us. We're going to have to slot in behind him here. Now, coming on to lap number 3 here.
Okay, entering lap 3 now.
We've got DRS
has been enabled.
being enabled now. We've got Van Dorn is going to be looking to make a pass into turn 1, I think. But, well, he thinks better of it. We run wide, though. And, we cut across the course right in front of Van Dorn. That's very irresponsible of us, but we get the position back nonetheless. And that was quite a irresponsible manoeuvre from myself there. I went off the circuit and then cut back in front of him, and well, I have to put my hands up and say, yeah, that was my fault. I'll go and buy him a bagel after the race or something.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Currently P11, we're currently P11. Alonso is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 1.3 seconds. They're on old super softs. Van Dorn is behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old super softs. Okay, gap to leader, 9.8 seconds. Your pit window opens in 2 laps time. 14 laps to go.
So there's a full race update from Jeff. We've got Alonso in front of us battling Perez. They are just inside the points. They're fighting over 2 points here, which is, well, measly at best. But as we come on,
we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Roger that, Jeff. As we come on to our pit lap now,
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in lap.
I'm going to have to cut you off there, Jeff. We've got Van Dorn going up our inside. Yeah, let's just tell Jeff that we're going to pit this lap. We have to concede the position to Van Dorn, and well, we cut the course once again. We have to concede the position to Van Dorn and Grosjean there, which is unfortunate. But we're going to try and get him back nonetheless. We run off the course there and get quite a bit of oversteer. Now we've got Gasly coming up our inside, but we fend him off quite easily. Smashed the bollard coming into the pits now at the end of lap number 6. And we're going to completely lock both tyres coming into the pits, but that doesn't matter because we're changing them anyways. Going on to the soft compound now. There's our pit crew. We pull in, what's it going to be with the pit stop time? It's going to be 2.4 seconds. That's very competitive from the Williams lads, as always. We're going to come out behind Romain Grosjean there, so we might be able to hunt him down. We've just revved the crap out of the gearbox, but we're hopefully going to hunt down Grosjean now in the next couple of laps. He's going to be on cold tyres just like us, so we're going to have to take it easy as everyone else is coming out of the pits. But now, coming into turn 7 on lap 8, we are right behind Romain Grosjean. He takes that corner exceptionally slowly, and well, he's taken turn 9 very slowly as well. And now we're going to have the DRS on him, and we're going to move to the inside, late on the brakes. We're going to lock both the tyres, but we get down his inside now, and we make the move up into P11 for the Spanish Grand Prix. Ricciardo sets the fastest lap, 1:23.2, but that doesn't really affect us at all. Now Grosjean coming back on lap number 9, I believe this is. He has a vengeance and he has a reason to fight back, because we have just pushed him down to P12, and well, he can't do much coming into turn 1 there. He thinks better of it, which is, well, rare for Grosjean at best.
You have 11th place. Perez is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 6.4 seconds. They're on old softs. Grosjean behind. The gap behind us is 3.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 24.3 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 7 laps to go.
So we've absolutely walked away from Grosjean there, and Perez has absolutely walked away from us, but he's in a Force India, so... Oh, there's a yellow flag here. That's Marcus Ericsson parked off there on the left. He's out of the race.
Clear. Okay, gap ahead is 7.4 seconds.
Perez is absolutely walking the dog away from us. 7.4 seconds is going to be... Well, it's going to have to be some kind of brilliant luck for us, or some terrible luck for Perez, in order to... well, gain that position, possibly score points this race. This is the closest we've ever been to points.
This is your final lap of the race.
Now cutting on to the final lap, we're definitely not going to get Perez unless he has some shocking incident and retires for some reason. He's something like 9 seconds up the road.
Our gap to the car in front is 12.2 seconds.
Never mind, he's 12.2 seconds up the road. But now, as we come through the final couple of corners, in our lovely white Williams, we've got Gasly right behind us. It's going to be a run to the line with Gasly. Is he going to get us for 11th place here? I don't think he is. We come across the line to finish P11.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
That was a very, very good result.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One, and that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Kimi Räikkönen takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Moving on to the Driver of the Day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Max Verstappen, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
And now let's take a look at the Constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
Well, that concludes a rather boring, yet very good Spanish Grand Prix. Finished P11 in the end, only 1 place away from the points, so we can take some positives from that. If we'd had the setup, then we probably could have scored some points, but we didn't, unfortunately. The rivalry, well, we're going to probably win that. Well, we are going to win that, definitely, because we finished ahead of both of them. Absolute brilliant race on our part. The resource points, hopefully we're going to score quite a few for that P11 finish, which was absolutely brilliant considering the car involved. We are going to amass a total of 391. That's a massive number of resource points there. Williams are absolutely loving life with us after that result. We move ever so close to being a veteran. Obviously, not much.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you very much, Emma.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
No. R&D, I suppose we're probably going to use some of these resource points on that. We're going to purchase a major weight reduction upgrade, and we are going to invest in that failed aero upgrade as well. So, yes, that was a very successful Spanish Grand Prix. I did do quite a bit of practice in the recent weeks for this race. But, yes, I don't think there's too much to say about that. It's quite a boring race, but a very good result nonetheless. But, yes, anyways, apart from that, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then please do leave a like, and feel free to subscribe. It is, as always, very, very much appreciated. But apart from that, my name's been Simon, and I'll see you next time.